There are only 6 episodes, yes.
I'm kind of disappointed that there are only 6 episodes.
You wanted there to be more.
I wanted there to be at least 8.
Yeah.
But we've been cheaped out on.
Hey, it's what it is. It's the Disney Plus system. They don't want to give too much. They always want to give too little. And I think with this show, I think it's going to show in the story. And I don't want it to, but I'm feeling that's the way it might go. Hey, NarendraTheComic here!
NONSENSEI!
Yes, and right now we're going to be doing our review of Obi Wan Kenobi. Episode 1. Just episode 1. We haven't seen episode 2 yet. So no spoilers in the comments. You start spoiling stuff, we're going to say, sumimasen, we're sorry, you're getting deleted. We don't delete, but we will delete. We'll be like Daleks.
Yeah.
Delete. Cybermen, delete. We don't want that stuff in the comments below. Comment other stuff, please. Your opinions, your thoughts on this first episode of this potentially very epic Star Wars show. For us, it was good. It wasn't great. And I think that's fair. I think that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
There were some really great moments and some great character building. And then there was some less great moments and less great character building.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very nice way of putting it.
Simple.
I think you're being very even, very fair about it. I feel like for an Obi-Wan show, where Obi-Wan is the titular character, there was too little Obi-Wan.
Right.
You know? There was a lot about these other characters that I'm guessing are going to be part of the subplot or part of the main plot in regard to the third sister and young Leia.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting young Leia in this show. In the promotional footage, there was that shot of young Luke sitting on the edge of the house, pretending to be
a pod racer, I'd assume.
Pod racer. And that was in this first episode. But I was expecting more young Luke. There was no talk of young Leia.
The thing is, I wasn't expecting a lot of young Luke, but I was expecting a lot of Obi-Wan. And considering this episode was about 45 to 50 minutes, there was probably only 25 to 28 minutes of Obi-Wan on screen.
Yeah.
Because there was stuff with the third sister, with the Inquisitors, with the Leia Organa storyline and Organa. And that's fine to a degree, but I think that they kind of took the light off of Obi-Wan in this first episode of Obi-Wan. And I think it detrimented the episode, because whenever Obi-Wan was on screen, I was hooked.
Yeah.
Whenever even the Inquisitors were on screen, there was something there. But as soon as it got to this Princess Leia storyline, logged off.
Yeah, 100%.
Logged off, because it just didn't seem like it fit. And the reasoning for it being there, I didn't like. I think this is going to be one of those where I had an expectation for what I wanted the story to be, and that never happens. It never matches up to what you exactly want.
Yeah.
But as long as they give something good, you're generally okay with it. I hope that they manage to still give something good. And I believe they can, as long as they get off this Princess Leia storyline within 3 episodes. Because that's a big problem. Because when Organa's talking about, oh, they're equally important, it's like, to who? To who?
To you as a parent.
At this point, there's no idea that Luke is the chosen one, that Leia is the chosen one. It's just that they're both the kids of Anakin and Padme. They have no idea they're going to go on to save the universe at this point.
Yeah.
Even Obi-Wan doesn't know that. And his idea to train the boy wasn't so he'd fight Vader and Palpatine. It was so that, in my opinion, in my mind, he could keep the Jedi Order going in a small way by training Luke.
Yeah.
That was his thought process. It wasn't to save the galaxy. That wasn't the case. But by saying they're equally important, it feels off, because it's not that Luke is that important. He's important to Obi-Wan because he is his ward.
Yeah.
Just like Organa is Leia's ward. They're in charge of her. But just to throw that out there just feels really disingenuous, and it doesn't fit the storyline. 1, Obi-Wan should not be going off-world for any reason.
Yeah.
He is there to protect that boy in case any shit happens.
Yeah.
That's just the case. You start bringing in Inquisitors, that's fine, but why on earth would Obi-Wan leave Tatooine when there are Inquisitors on Tatooine looking for Force users
there is no chance
to go and help Leia?
I understand perhaps you would say that Obi-Wan knows that the other Jedi was caught, so the Inquisitors were only after one, and they're not going to be on the world anymore.
Yeah.
However, these guys are trying to weasel out every last Jedi. They're not looking for Obi-Wan, as the Inquisitors did say.
Well, the third sister is. She seems to have some bang-up vendetta against him, and I'm trying to figure out why that is. I will say the introduction to the show was great. Actually seeing what was going on Coruscant at the Jedi Temple during Order 66, it was really, really well done.
It was
You felt it. You felt that this shit is going down right now. The impetus was there. The action was there. The tension was there. Everything was just building, building, building. And then the kids did some acting, and it was kids acting.
Kids.
Sometimes they do great. Oftentimes it's not. And I think the third sister was probably one of those kids in that first scene there.
I'm 100% thinking
And
that.
the thing with the Inquisitors is, according to a lot of other stuff in previous canon and in the stuff that's in Rebels and all this other stuff, it states that most of these Inquisitors were previous Jedi younglings, very, very young Force users, maybe Padawans, and they were tempted to the dark side, or they were told, if you don't come with us, you're gonna die, and they're like, okay, well then I'll come with you, I guess.
Okay, yeah, then 100% she was there when Order 66 was executed. Maybe she got away, maybe they fell into the arms of the Sith, and she continued her life as someone who was on the dark side.
She's clearly someone who's very unstable.
Yeah.
Okay, which is something which was weird, because from Star Wars Rebels, the fifth brother, Han, he's the guy who's unstable in Rebels. He's the one who's just gonna go and attack. That's his MO.
He was very measured in this.
That's my thing. It just felt weird from the characterization, because in Rebels, he's always the one who just goes in.
Oh.
He doesn't hang about. He's like, I'ma kill you. That's just what he does. So it felt odd seeing him not do that and be the restrained one, even though I do feel it added more menace to him as a character. And the Grand Inquisitor wasn't super intimidating, but I don't think he was trying to be super intimidating. I think he was trying to be like, if you help us, we will help you.
Yeah.
We don't want to rule through fear completely, in his mind, I think.
Yeah.
We want to do it, and if you help us, you will get benefit.
I think that's actually something that the third sister hasn't realised yet. They have this system in saying, if we provide rewards, people are going to help us.
Yeah.
We had a little tinge of fear there, make them afraid, and then they're going to run towards the reward.
Yeah.
The carrot, not the stick, right?
Yeah.
She is only the stick. She's throwing knives about. She's chopping off hands.
Yeah.
She actually seemed very childish in her anger. I really got a Kylo Ren vibe.
A little bit. But then it could be the PTSD of what's happened to her and her trying to understand that. I do feel that in some ways, Obi-Wan has to stay on world. And that's fine if they don't bring Darth Vader into the story. But as soon as you bring Darth Vader into the story, and they are gonna do it, you can't have Obi-Wan be on Tatooine.
No.
Because that causes problems with Luke, because he's gonna sense him.
Yeah.
So because of that, they have to take Obi-Wan off-world. But I don't want him off-world, and I don't think Vader needed to be in this show. I'm glad he is to some degree, but he didn't need to be there, because in A New Hope, there was the line from Vader to Obi-Wan, the last time we met, you were the master and I was the apprentice, that type of stuff. Now I'm the master, right?
Yeah.
That makes it seem like they haven't seen each other in 20 years, because the last time they fought, Obi-Wan kind of sliced and diced him up.
He sliced and diced him.
He sliced and diced him. He made him into sashimi. That's what happened. I mean, he did cook him a little bit though as well with the lava.
There was a small searing.
Pretty mad stuff there. But I just think that you can't retroactively fit that in to make it work, because they're supposedly not to have seen each other. The way they've sold this show is that you're gonna get a fight between Obi-Wan and Vader. That's the way they've sold it. I don't think it's necessary. It doesn't need to happen for me to be like, oh my god, they missed an opportunity. But if they don't do it now, and they've taken him off world, I think that's a bad idea. What I'm saying here is absolute fact, okay? Obi-Wan Kenobi should not be threatened by the Inquisitors, okay? I understand the reason he would stay in hiding, and that's because he has to protect Luke. But if these guys actually came after him, he would job them. Right. He would end them very quickly. Even the Grand Inquisitor, he'd do him in.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because of the other characters that have been in Rebels, and you see the power levels of these people and how well they fight and how they fight against Inquisitors, you would have to say Obi-Wan Kenobi stronger than Kanan. He's a character in Rebels. He's stronger than Ezra. He's stronger than Ahsoka, I would think. I mean, Ahsoka very strong, but I would say I'd take Obi-Wan in a fight just because of his defensive lightsaber skills over Ahsoka. I think he's better than all of them. Because of that, he'd kill all the Inquisitors. He's strong enough to do it. So they are not a physical threat to him. The only reason they're a threat is because of the fact he's hiding and he can't give away his position. So, I do not want to see the third sister have a fight with Obi-Wan, a fair fight, and her win. Because it is ridiculous from what's been shown in canon. You can't mess with canon. It's what they've done over the past. Don't do it. Don't do it. You want to have him fight Vader and then run away eventually? Fine. But you can't have him losing to the Inquisitors. Even if there's 2 of them, he's beating them. If there's 3, maybe.
He can be outnumbered.
Maybe he can get done in by 3. But if there's 2, he's winning.
Even if he's out of practice.
He's winning. It's just a fact. It's a fact. So don't do stupid shit, because you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. I mean, Obi-Wan beat Anakin at his prime. He beat Anakin when he was stronger than he was as Darth Vader.
He wasn't as strong as Darth Vader?
No, when Anakin got disheveled, dismembered, all that type of stuff by Obi-Wan, that was his prime. He wasn't stronger as Vader as he was as Anakin because of how much he'd been injured. Like, the Force was trying to heal him as he was doing his shit. Because of that, he was never as strong as when he was Anakin. If he hadn't been cut up by Obi-Wan, I mean, Darth Vader, full-body Anakin, would have been in charge of the universe for a very long time.
Oh, no one would have ever had
No, he would have already killed Palpatine. As in, if that was the case. Because he would have been that powerful.
Whoa. Then, yeah, no one's getting the upper hand on
Obi-Wan. No! It's impossible. The only reason Obi-Wan died in A New Hope is because he was like, it's my time.
Yeah.
And also, Obi-Wan was old.
Age. It gets to you,
It's partially the thing of, I've acquired more power than you'll ever know by Obi-Wan being able to turn into a Force ghost. Right? So that was a line in A New Hope that really sticks with you because it shows the difference in what the Jedi believe to be power and what the Sith believe to be power.
Right. Okay. I see it.
It's very different, but just to say it again, Obi-Wan should not be getting done by any Inquisitor. Doesn't matter who, doesn't matter where, doesn't matter when. If there are 3 or 4, yes, that's a fight, he might lose. But if there's 1 or 2, he's dead in them. Dead. Finito. Completo. Got them. Finished. We do have a problem though. And it's with ourselves because whenever we watch things, we always have to break it down in the moment. We're sitting there saying, what's happening next? How does this impact the story? There's 99 layers going on.
Yeah.
It takes a very good movie for us to just completely disconnect with it. It happens once a year, probably, twice a year.
Maybe, yeah.
We're actually sitting there just anticipating and just in the moment. Otherwise, we are analysing what's going on because it helps with writing, it helps with storytelling. It's good for you to see what will happen and predict what will happen before it happens.
Yeah.
I think the third sister is going to find Luke because of the whole situation with Owen in this episode. She's going to find him. She's going to let him go. Obi-Wan's going to be like, thank you for not doing anything. They're going to have a fight, but then they're going to reconcile to some degree. Maybe she's looking after, to some degree. And maybe she's looking, to some degree. And maybe she's looking for Obi-Wan because she somehow is aware that he created Darth Vader and he didn't finish the job. And her resentment might actually be she's actually infiltrated the Senate to might be that she's infiltrated the Inquisitors and is actually there to find Obi-Wan because she's like, you messed this up.
Ooh.
Right?
I see it.
Right? But this story is not just Obi-Wan's. It's going to be Obi-Wan's, it's going to be Leia's, and it's going to be the third sister's. And then at the end of it, she's going to get killed by Vader for not killing Obi-Wan or whatever it might be. That's just the situation. Obi-Wan is going to get caught by the Inquisitors. Mm-hmm. He's going to get brought to Mustafar, Dantooine, wherever it might be. And he's going to have a moment with Vader. And she's going to get killed.
I see it.
Right? If that's the story.
I really see it.
If that is the story. And it's actually about her reconciling with her PTSD. That's fine. I get it. But I want an Obi-Wan story. I want that. Some moments were great. The moment with the other Jedi, with Obi-Wan, it's like he is in that in-between. I should help. I know I should help, but I can't.
Yeah.
Because
100%.
I have a mission. And the fact he turned away that Jedi, who was out there for help, who was probably a youngling or a Padawan when Order 66 happened, so he was a child.
Yeah.
He's probably 20 now. The fact he turned him away and he's been killed, the fact he did that, but he decided to go and help Organa with Leia is just shocking.
Yeah, I feel like when he was talking with that young Jedi, he thought, you're not my ward, Luke is my ward.
Exactly.
He is of paramount interest to me.
Exactly.
I failed with his father, I can't fail with him. Mm-hmm. You are not my concern, I'm going to give you my best advice.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Essentially.
I'm sorry, go and bury your lightsaber and disappear.
Yeah.
And then when he saw him dead, you saw this moment which was real remorse, but then he sort of moved on to say, it wasn't for me. It wasn't my
But then
charge.
maybe you could say that by that Jedi dying and Obi-Wan seeing it, it made him think, I should go do something with Leia. Right?
Yeah, I see it.
So you could see it the other way then.
I see it.
You know?
He's like, you have a choice,
There is
right?
motivation there after that point because he is a human at the end of the day, but I didn't want it to be the case. I didn't want it to be the case that they went that way with it, and with Leia being such an integral part of the story. I just want Obi-Wan. I don't even want that much Luke. I would have preferred there to be actually a little bit more Owen in this series overall, but less Luke or no Luke. So that Luke is like, oh, that's Ben. He's just the old guy frolicking around the desert.
Yeah.
Right?
He lived near us.
Yeah.
He's our kind of neighbour.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
That's it though.
I did get this vibe from Obi-Wan that I really did like, which was that he really doesn't know his path anymore.
Yeah.
We saw when he had that nightmare, he's still plagued with nightmares 10 years on. And I understand that. And when he woke up, he was looking for his old master.
Yeah.
I don't think he was actually taught by Yoda to connect with Qui-Gon.
He hasn't been taught yet, I believe.
Yet.
He hasn't been taught. He hasn't found that connection to the wills of the Force, which is something that they explore in the Clone Wars. He isn't there yet. But he obviously does get there because he's able to become a Force ghost.
Yeah.
So he's able to achieve that upper level of knowledge, which would allow him to contact and be in contact with Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm not sure if Yoda is going to be in this show, but I think Yoda's voice is going to be in the show with him contacting Obi-Wan.
I get that. I see it. I really did feel when we saw that, the sort of pain within him because he's been left alone in this incredibly mundane life.
Yeah.
There's no direction for him. His only direction is taking care of that kid.
And he's been doing it for 10 years.
And when he tries to reach out, Owen's like, no, take it back.
Yeah.
He is not your concern. You already messed up with his father.
Oh, that was a great moment as well, yeah.
Yeah. He was like, get away from us.
Yeah.
You can stay there. Don't come any nearer.
But Owen didn't dob him in though, right? Because he's aware we have to keep him at arm's length, but he needs to be there.
A lot of the dialogue within Tatooine was very, very good. Some of the dialogue and some of the direction with Leia and the Organas, really bad. Specifically when she was being chased, I was like, this kid is very small. She's very tiny, very cute.
Yeah.
Her legs are itty bitty. They're teeny tiny little legs. And these fully grown people are running really clearly not at full pace.
They're clearly running side to side, like hobbling along because they don't want to catch her. It's so poorly done. That chase scene was like 45, 50 seconds long. And it was the worst part of the episode because they tried to make it cool and she's a rebel and she's running away and she's going to get away, but maybe not. And it's like, but they're not bothering to actually run after her at all.
I feel like something they could have done, something they should have done, was actually have her run away and them glance at each other and say, go on, we'll give her a head start.
They could have done a Lion King moment with Shinzi Bonsai Ned.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Sinister, but funny.
Yeah.
And then you understand why they're giving her the head start. They're even worse people because they're going to give her that bit of hope. And then it would have made sense.
That's such tiny character
and
work.
It's one line.
Yeah.
But it would have given them some character.
Because they just seem like idiots, to be honest. They just seem like absolute
One of them
dingoes.
ran into a branch and it was like, you can jump over that. She's like, oh, I can't go over it. I can see you can climb over that and you're going to catch her in 2 steps, 2 strides. What are you doing?
And I think the reason why the third sister might have some reprimanding done to her is because she actually orchestrated this capture of a senator's child in the Imperial Senate. And she might face some court-martialing for that internally to be like, you can't just do that shit.
Yeah.
There has to be some levels. If it's a Jedi, you kill them. If it's not, what are you doing? You have to understand that these are people and we still need to rule them. And she's just going off in every single tangent possible. And I don't think that suits the Empire's MO. I don't think it does. Also, I have to say this. Grand Inquisitor doesn't look as bad as he did in the trailer somehow. Still not good. All right? I'm going to get over it. I know I will by episode 3, 4, 5. But, my guys, it's not that hard. Just make them look like they're supposed to look. His people have already been in live action.
Oh, yeah, you said this before.
So, I don't know how you don't just put that in this show.
What
I don't
would
get
you have changed?
His face!
Specifically about his face.
He's supposed to be like super wrinkly, looking like a bit of a lizard, a little bit. Sharp teeth. They had the sharp teeth.
They did have the sharp teeth.
But just do it right.
Oh.
They're supposed to be taller and leaner as well, and he just looks like a bit of a brick.
See, I wasn't getting a lizard. I was getting slug.
Yeah, they made him look like that, yeah. But they did a good job with the fifth brother. I thought he looked like a bit of a doo-doo in the trailers. But with Han, they kind of gave him the lizard eyes, the alligator eyes, so that was fine. Story-wise, It's okay. The show, we hope, will improve. It's not a bad first episode. It's not a great first episode. I'm intrigued to see what they do with the second episode. But please get off the Leia storyline right now.
Right now.
Right now. Episode 2, it's done. And then he's back on Tatooine. And then while he's going back, he gets caught. There you go. You've done it. You don't need to address this anymore. It's not that we're super smart. It's just that sometimes the storytelling of these shows on Disney Plus, on everything, are just so subpar nowadays. And I don't think this is subpar, but I think it very easily could get there.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to get there. Anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel down there if you didn't. Obi Wan Kenobi gonna come after you. You don't want that, no. Do they want that? You really don't, so just subscribe anyway to avoid that. I've been NarendraTheComic.
I've been NONSENSEI.
She's been NONSENSEI. You've been Graham. We'll see you next time. That's tomorrow. If you don't know, make a video every single day. Been doing it every day for over 1,000 days now. We ain't stopping till we get to 10,000 subscribers. So do subscribe. Pop back again tomorrow for some more quality shitty content, because we're hashtag never not here. Just how it goes. Also bring the pakwas means nonsense in Punjabi. We also bring that. Bring a lot. Bring a little. Do a lot. Do a little. But we do indeed bring the quality shitty content on a daily basis. So see you tomorrow. More the same. Slightly different. But essentially the very same. Once more. See you then. Skadoosh.